Boris Johnson has been reported to 2 police forces over fresh claims that he broke lockdown rules when he was Prime Minister. The allegations are said to relate to incidents in Downing Street and also at Chequers. Our political correspondent, Carl Dinnan, is in Westminster. Carl, what's going on with this? What do you know?
Well, this seems to have come about because the government is paying for lawyers to represent Boris Johnson at the forthcoming COVID inquiry. Boris Johnson has given those lawyers his diaries at the time to go through to help with his case. Those lawyers seem to have found a number of entries that they're concerned about relating to people visiting Chequers and possibly Downing Street during lockdown. They have passed their concerns on to the Cabinet Office, who are paying them, and the Cabinet Office, as a matter of course, have then been obliged to pass those on to the police. And both Thames Valley Police and the Metropolitan Police say they are now assessing the information. Boris Johnson's team have said this is not a formal investigation. They insist that he has been told by lawyers that all the events in question were legal, and he believes that it is a politically motivated smear, although the Cabinet Office insists no political involvement was made in the decision to send this to the police. Let me just read you out what Boris Johnson's spokesman has said this evening. He says, some abbreviated entries in Mr Johnson's official diary were queried by the Cabinet Office during preparation for the COVID inquiry. Following an examination of the entries, Mr Johnson's lawyers wrote to the Cabinet Office and Privileges Committee, who are also investigating him, explaining that the events were lawful and were not breaches of any COVID regulations. Now, just to remind viewers, of course, Boris Johnson was one of 83 people who were fined for breaches of COVID regulations in Downing Street during lockdown, those lockdown rules that Boris Johnson himself brought in. At the time, he told Parliament that no rules were broken, and he is under investigation, as I say, by the Privileges Committee into whether he deliberately misled Parliament at the time. But tonight, once again, Boris Johnson is insisting that no rules were broken.
Carl Dinnan at Westminster, thank you.